thank you so much for inviting me and allow me to participate in your festival here. It's such a pleasure to be here. As he said, my name is Nathan Schulhof. I'm best known for inventing the MP3 player, but I have done a lot of other things in my lifetime which I'd like to share with you. I'm sorry that this will not be in Spanish. I wish it could be. I hope the majority of you do understand English. If not, I understand we do have a translator. How many people consider themselves an entrepreneur here? Can I see a showing of hands? Great. You know, we're all entrepreneurs in some ways. We all start and we have to learn what we do well. Either fortunately or unfortunately, I've been an entrepreneur all my life. And I read the most outstanding definition that I find true of an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is somebody that jumps off a cliff and builds an airplane on the way down. And that's what I find. I find you're always putting out fires. I find what drives an entrepreneur is passion. Passion for the love of doing, of creating, sort of like the group that's here today, all the people sleeping in campers and the tents, and a passion for newest technologies and to participate in them. Over the last several years, I've been involved with biotech. I'm deeply involved with energy today. But I'd like to start off talking a little bit about the MP3 player. The number one question I get is, how did you think of it? How did you start it? What did you do? How did you get the money? So we'll try to sum this all up in 15 minutes today and tell you some of the thrills that I've had and some enlightenment that I've had. When I give these presentations, my goal is for everyone in this room to take something home that you remember, something home that strikes a spark. So if I can achieve that today, you can let me know after. For the first question I'm asked is, how did you think of the MP3 player? And as I said, I've been a technologist all my life. I started in this business in 1980, building one of the first word processors for the Apple computer, for the Apple I and the Apple II, called Word Handler. Has anybody here had an Apple I or Apple II in the early days? Okay, it's too young of a group. I'm giving away my age. Excuse me. We also built a board, my company, that went in every Apple in the first 4 or 5 years. It changed the Apple from doing 48 columns to 80 columns, like a typical page. And it was called the Smart Term card that was bundled with Apple computers. I've had a relationship with Apple computers since 1980, although they were not one of the first people to bring out the MP3 player, but they were the best. I thought of the MP3 player. I had just had a company I formed in 1992 called Test Drive. And Test Drive came out with a CD and allowed you to try 50 or 60 software programs from all of the leading providers like Microsoft and others. And you could try it several times, then it locked up. And you could purchase that software program over the phone with an encrypted code. I think we've all experienced this technology where we can try something for a limited amount of time. Well, I purchased that technology in 1992, and in 1993 sold it to a large company called R.R. Donnelley & Sons. After that, I thought, well, what should I do next? I was never somebody that really had a job. I've never had a job. I've always built and created since my 20s. And I had this vision that people should not have to buy a whole CD or a whole containment of music. You should be able to do it digitally. You should be able to download it and listen to it in any form you want and any selection you want. So that was the first vision of the MP3 player. We started it in my house. It was a group of about 6 of us. We were so excited about this idea. Early on, in 1993 and 1994, we knew we were going to change the world of music. The only problem was nobody else knew. And nobody else really got it back then. You've heard of venture capitalists, or called vulture capitalists. I hope none are here today, but venture capitalists were turning us down right and left. They could not see the vision of the MP3 player. I had a president of a Fortune 500 company, one of the largest companies in the world, who you would know firsthand. And he's still a very good friend of mine. He was the CEO of the company, and I wanted to get him involved. And I said, this is the vision. This is the future. After 5 minutes of thought, he said to me, Nathan, I think you have something here. It's going to be a fad. It'll be short-lived, but it'll never be big. It's going to be a small vertical market. Well, that was $200 billion later, before. It wasn't a small market. And if you have passion, failure is not an option. Don't listen to what people tell you. When you know you're right, follow your passion. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And everybody isn't doing it.